Thank you, Senator Peters, very much, and I thank the panelists today. I think this has been a very productive discussion we've had here. I'm particularly interested in autonomous and semi-autonomous vehicles because Rio Rancho, New Mexico is home to a major Intel semiconductor fabrication plant, and Intel's facility is an economic anchor for that city and central New Mexico as a whole, providing high-paying jobs to New Mexico STEM graduates. And this facility in Rio Rancho, this Intel facility, makes some of the semiconductors used in modern high-tech vehicle technology. So I'm going to be following this very closely and look forward to, if there are additional questions, submitting some to the record. But my first question is to Ms. Sheehy Church and has to do with the safety aspects of autonomous vehicles. This technology has the promise to reduce crashes in facilities, as you've talked about a little bit here, including those from drunk driving. And as you know, I've worked with MAD for many years, going back to my service as Attorney General in New Mexico. We had a comprehensive package that we put in working with MAD that really reduced drunk driving and drunk driving deaths in New Mexico. And I'm sure that MAD is looking past the industry hype and enthusiasm, is focused on safety and saving lives. So while the benefits of self-driving technology for drunk driving are obvious at first blush, we must remember that the intoxicated person could be sitting at the wheel of an autonomous vehicle and could take over at any time, especially if there's an issue that requires human intervention. Some states have proposed laws on this topic. Should an autonomous vehicle be required to have technology to prevent an intoxicated person from taking control of the wheel?
Senator, that's a great question, and I don't know if I have the full answer to it, whether they will or will not have that. I know that DADS in itself and AV vehicles, the 4 and 5 level, are great complements to each other, but in terms of digging deeper into the AV technicology, I'm not a technical expert. I only play one on TV, so I can't tell you, what exactly is going to be in that. I'd have to probably defer to one of my colleagues to see if that was going to be, but I'm in full agreement that if that individual can take over at any time, that is a concern, obviously, for MAD.
Yeah, and you mentioned DADS, and that's a very important part of this, is developing technology.
Absolutely.
so that vehicles won't be turned over to an intoxicated person. Now, what are your key recommendations for Congress and federal agencies to ensure that this technology develops so we can realize the safety potential of autonomous vehicles to eliminate drunk driving deaths? What are your key recommendations?
I go back, Senator, to the 4 principles that I said in my written testimony. It is really looking at and supporting the federal regulatory framework. There's the need for that. Also supporting the existing state systems that we have. Is he not listening, and that's why you're tapping him on the shoulder? Because I would do that if I was up there. Just kidding. And really the support on MAD's side for level 4 and 5 is really looking at that in terms of the technologies. But also really supporting and evaluating the technology and the data that we need to get, evaluating the data as this whole thing evolves. I mean, I know we've got skeptics on the fence. We are not going to dismiss that, but I think the more that the NHTSA, the governing bodies, the auto industry, and the safety advocates can sit at the same table, we can start to overcome those. And obviously, from Matt's point of view, we would like them to overcome them sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Do any of the other panelists have comments on this safety issue?
The safety issue, I think, is very important, as we've talked about, and I very much agree with what she said. The safety issue on both protection of the data as well as protection of the system is something that I think will be solved like we've solved other computer problems. A combination of industry standards and the right regulations that help support them, and I think working together, and I think the devil's in the details.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.